invite you all to join me in helping to create a sacred space by turning off any cell phones or any electronic devices. Thank you for your courtesy. We begin this time of releasing with these words, these ancient words from that book of wisdom of Ecclesiastes. For everything there is a season, and a time and a purpose for every matter. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. For everything there is a season, and a time and purpose for every matter. It is in the spirit of these ancient words that we have come together to honor and to celebrate the life of one that you knew and loved, Rachel and Lisi. Prayerfully, we seek comfort in the words of the 23rd Psalm. Surely, the author of that psalm knew something about pain, suffering, and comfort. Those of you who know it, join with me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. And leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Words can never give adequate expression to any human life, and yet in times like these, it's helpful to articulate and to honor, to the degree possible, the blessing that an individual has been in the lives of those who loved her and knew her. It is not the outer face or form that draws a host of friends. It is the inner qualities of God, love, joy, that come from the very heart of God that found expression in Rachel and with those whom we share rich experiences. And we're going to hear from some of her close friends and her family members. So I'd like to invite Wendy Lee to offer some thoughts on Rachel.
Rachel Lisi lived life so incredibly fully and so very much on her own terms. Yet was entirely focused on making other people happy and serving mankind to try to make the world a better place. And that she did. Rachel came into this world prematurely, just about 2 pounds. Judy said, when she overheard some nurses in the hospital nursery whispering about her fragile little Rachel, saying she might not make it, that she, Judy Lisi, stood up from her wheelchair and said, "That's my baby, and she's going to make it." And boy, did she ever. With Judy's directive and will, and Rachel's fighting spirit and determination to live from the get-go, and the love and faith of her strong, positive, beautified family make it she did. There is no doubt where Rachel got her determination. She grew into a beautiful, loving, talented, independent, wild, loud, creative person. She loved music and art and the performing arts, from rock to opera to shade to Broadway and everything in between. Vast and diverse. Larger than life. With a heart larger than anyone, and ultimately larger than her body could even contain. Her heart, I think, had even more important work to do beyond what could happen here. Her light was so bright. Rachel has been described by everyone as the most positive person they've ever met, emanating light and wonder wherever she went. Spencer Myers, her dear friend and each other's muse, said she could find the light in any situation. Tony Walters says she was our conscience. Scotty Walowski swapped baked goods with her almost daily. Richard Shea, 2 days ago, wanted to run to her as soon as he got his film developed. Young Sean and Ben in the box office considered her a mentor and discussed just about every issue possible, both philosophical and silly. As Jeannie Piazza recently posted, when Jerry Ashline introduced her, she said, "This is Rachel. She's one of us." Jeannie described her as warm and genuine. The box office will never be the same without her. They and everyone else know what Rachel was. Pure joy. So unique. Okay, who else would have a Christmas tree set up in her office 365 days a year? Rachel was a rock star. So proud of her brother. After having a conversation about wanting to pick up the bass and take lessons from the most awesomest brother ever, and after a series of typos gone bad about having a rock band called New Fashions for Brains, yes, Rachel was a poet, and a photographer, and an activist, and a writer, blogger, and an animal lover. How lucky was perchance to have her as an owner. She even proclaimed her love for one of my 4 chickens. Yes, I have chickens. Just because of her name. "Wendy, I love Twizzler," she said. "You have chickens, Wendy, chickens." And one of them is named Twizzler. If you were reading this page as I am, you would see the exclamation points. As we were all talking the other night, Rachel was defined as an exclamation point. And Maria Zukas went on to make the analogy that we were all different parts of the sentence, which Rachel would have loved. Ernie, we thought, was the ampersand, which got us on the how this would be a whole great team-building thing. What part of the sentence are you? And it went into this legendary little blue book, and he put into action a new team-building exercise by way of Rachel. Rachel truly is her father's daughter in so many ways because she had her own understated way of team building. For example, the teamwork that happened to bring all of this celebration together just shows the depth and reach of Rachel and the love for the entire Lisi family. The Strauss Center across every level of the organization was profoundly impacted by Rachel's passing. Rachel and Judy, like family to all of us, a testimony to the culture of that organization. Julie Britton mentioned to Samantha Rhodes as they were putting together packets for the service, "Boy, this sure has been a team-building experience for our entire staff." And Samantha said, "Leave it to Rachel to be the one to inspire us to do it." Judy, the outpouring of this love from across the nation and from every part of this city and community and each person in the organization, I hope will help to bring you some sort of comfort. Everyone wants to help so much to ease your pain. But the loss of Rachel actually is felt across the globe, as we realize on her Facebook page. People she never met in person are still grieving her and still writing and posting to her, telling her how much she has changed their lives and how much she will be missed. Just go to her In Memory of Rachel Lisi page, which was set up by our friend Ned Admiral Snell, someone who never met Rachel. And read what Jeffrey Lee Pierce wrote today. Said he met her on eBay in 2000 when he outbid her for a painting And she congratulated him